lately? What's been the difference maybe the last 3 or 4 weeks?
I think I just felt more comfortable in game scenarios, getting used to the tempo, the speed of the game, and just feeling, more comfortable in my element. So.
What about punting in the wet weather, kind of like you did last week and we'll probably have to do this week? How is that different for you?
It's really not that different. If anything, I just got to have more attention to detail, and I think I executed really well myself. So I felt good about my performance Saturday, and I'm going to keep continuing it throughout this week. So.
Overall, as a special teams unit, how do you feel like you guys have been doing out there recently?
I think we've been really good. I think as a unit we've had some ups and downs. There's certain assignments that we missed. Like last weekend, there were some issues on the kickoff coverage. But I think as specialists, we did a really good job of executing this week in the elements. We made all our kicks, all our kickoffs were good, and I think all of the punts were pretty good too. So the last couple of weeks, I think we've been executing really well.
What do you think at this point is the best kick that you have in terms of, I know punters are particular about different styles of kicks or whatever, what do you think you do best at this point?
I think my going in punts are really good, like from the 40 to the 40-yard line to the other 40-yard line. I have really good touch going in inside pinning ball inside the 10, even on spiral punts. I think the last couple of games I've had a couple within the 10. There were like 50, 55-yard punts that were fair caught inside the 10, so I think I did a really good job of that.
What's the key in terms of executing that and being so precise in those when you're aiming for a relatively small target?
I think it comes down to execution and practice, because that's going to carry over. When you're in a game scenario and say, all right, I need to hit it with this power, this touch, you go, I already hit this in practice 5 times this week. I just step out there and trust my training and go out there and execute. So.
What area would you say you're still looking to improve the most on in terms of types of kicks?
I think there's definitely still room to grow in terms of my upper limit of hang time, just because I'm so young, and I really haven't been lifting in like a college setting that much. I still have a lot of room to grow physically, get a lot stronger, and develop my upper limits of hanging time. So, because I can hit 5-0s, 5-1s in practice, but translating it to game is it's a completely different story. So it's a little more difficult than just sitting out there training and doing that. So.
How would you evaluate just your overall performance on the year? Like, have you played up to your expectations? How have you?
I think over the last 4 or 5 games, yes, I have played up to my expectation. There's, I think I started off the season really strong. I got into a little bit of a slump. I think honestly, I was a little bit burnt out, because going through all of summer and how grueling the schedule is, and starting classes up, having all of that, it was very, very tough for me mentally. So, I had, I think, 2 games where I didn't play up to my expectations, and then I really had to look myself in the mirror, refocus, and I think since then I have been on. I think I've been really, really playing up to my expectations in the last couple of games.
What were some of the keys to getting through that period?
I think it was really, I really did have to take a deep look at myself and say, all right, where do I want to be? What I've been working towards all summer and the last off season. So, being unhappy with my performance and remembering that, I think I really just had to have a lot of mental toughness to push through it. So.
Field position was really important in a game like Washington. Do you think that was like one of the reasons for the turnaround in the second half? Was just really consistent punting for you?
I would say it was a factor, but I think the team morale and the energy we had coming out in the second half, especially running the ball and getting our offense going. I think that. I like to think I had a big part in the game, but all those other guys had a way bigger part to play. All credit to them for all the hard work they've done. So.
Thanks, Eddie.
Strawberry lemonade, I believe so. A little slushy. Yeah.
So how fun was it to watch that video
over and over? I did watch it a couple times. It was amazing to help the team, given a chance to go out there and provide for the team. Being productive for the team is really the best thing. So, yeah, it was great to rewatch that.
Just one of those things, you just got to capitalize on every opportunity that you get on special teams.
You're exactly right. And a lot of kids that are in my position, having the walk-on position, and are told that same thing. You get minimal opportunities, so take advantage of that. So felt good.
Then obviously everybody's playing in the same conditions, but to go up there on their home field and winning conditions like that, what does that do for the rest of your season?
I think it always sets us up because we're going up to Oregon. It's kind of the same condition. They say it's not going to rain, but it probably is. It really just set us up for the rest of the season to finish in a dominating fashion, and that's all we're trying to finish. We're trying to finish out with all wins, and so we can have a better bowl. Really, that's what we just talked about in the meetings. So.
I have a big picture. What in your time here, what is Darian Butler given to this defense? What is really
as you guys seen from the jump, straight leadership, leading the way, you know, being that guy that we can just follow behind and he does the right step, you know. When you talk about leadership, it's really Darian Butler. He's that guy. He's our captain. That's why he has the C on his chest, you know. So we have complete trust in him, and he's leading us down the right way.
Is he kind of like a more in your face, not afraid to get on guys if they're not up to their level, or is it by example?
It's definitely both. I say with Darian, it's when he snaps, you know. That's definitely one of the things he's show you, and then if he gets mad, he's gonna get mad, and which is fine. All leaders, you know, we all accept it.
I think it's more
move on.
Technically, even though he's not a defensive coordinator, I think the stuff that he implemented for the foundation is still there.